Hello, beloved Karen. I've just returned from a journey on your behalf at this amazing full moon. It was very powerful, and I just wanted to share some of it with you. This is your sacred circle. It's all sanded and smooth and ready to go, and it is Nootka Alaskan yellow cedar. So the next thing that will happen for this is color. And I have some more information on color now that I've done the journey for you. I set the space, I have my altar out, and I called in all of my guardians and guides, and then invited yours as well. And wow. Right off the bat, the very first thing as I started to go was this very clear presence of royalty, like royalty. Make no mistake, this is who you're dealing with. This was to me, right? This is you, your behalf, your ancestors. And that the stag is a part of that, but also as I journeyed, I was taken to a glen in a forest. Oak is a tree that loves you, is a part of your life, or a guide for you. Anyway, this beautiful old gnarly oak was there, and where I was in the scene that wants to be on the mesa for your, on the surface, the skin. And I was actually in that, or looking at that scene, and it was alive in front of me, and the spindle came first. The spindle was there, and it was spinning, and many colors, beautiful colors. And I was asking your guides the significance of the spindle. And it was just there, it was there, and then I became it, and there was the wool that was being spun and twisted onto the spindle. And a woman appeared, and she was sitting on a large rock, and she was in robes, royal. She was the royalty, royal robes. And the spindle was in her hand, it was in her right hand. And in her left hand was a piece of cloth, small piece of cloth woven from the yarn that she'd been spinning. And it was many colors, and I was asking about the significance. Who is this? I thought maybe it was the goddess that you spoke of, the Germanic goddess. And very clearly, it was you. It was you in those robes, and the word priestess came in. Boom. And yet there was an altar to that. There was the royalty of the city, which is who you were, but also this priestess of the woods, which was kind of a hidden life, hidden part of this life. And this connection of the spindle was to your ancestors. And they are, that's how you connect with them, is through the spinning of yourself with them through the spindle. It's your ancestors, and the woven cloth was those connections, the lifetimes and lifetimes of you and your ancestors, and you becoming an ancestor, and you, and there's just royalty all through it. And so the colors that wanted to come through on the mesa through this woman's robe are like purple, blue, purple, and gold, this gold here. And I didn't see her face, but I did see this long blonde braid coming down her shoulder. Maybe it was gold representing that royalty, that inner priestess and outer royalty that she was. And there was okay, so I'm facing her now instead of being her, playing with her hair. So facing her, there she was, and she was, if I'm facing, she was if this is the mesa of your drum, she was on the left side, sitting on a big rock, and then just to the left of her on the rock was a glyph, not petroglyph, it was a carved glyph in the rock, and it was the 3 spirals in the rock itself, just to the left behind her. She was kind of facing to the right where the stag is. There's an oak tree behind the stag, and it's kind of a darkened glen, but there's snow on the ground. I don't know the significance of snow, but the snow has been with me since we've started bringing in this vision. And the stag is in front of the oak tree, and I see it to the right of her. And of course, he's just majestic. Again, that royal, that majestic. Wow, Karen. I just wanted to bow in the presence of these beings. It was that powerful. And no haughtiness of royalty, just this was real royalty. And so the stag, like you'd seen, the owl was there, and that stag represented, this woman would leave her royal post, kind of sneak away from wherever it was she was reigning, would sneak away to the forest to do her priestess work. Oh, there's a great connection with animals. Wow. And a real gentleness with animals and animal beings, very much like I've read of St. Francis of Assisi, that there's a connection, deep, gentle connection, and animals love you, love this aspect of you in time, this priestess, this royal being, this ancestral you. And so the stag is representing that protective force as you travel with your own journey work, with your own healing work through the drum. There's the being watched over, like he's bigger than her sitting on the boulder. He's standing above her. This royal protection, this royal protector, and also wisdom that traveling through his antlers, through the feet of the owl, and the owl of course represents wisdom as well, and that which others cannot see. Owl has those big eyes to see in the dark, and so there's a lot of sight, sight through the veil, being able to see through the veil. And with the spindle, with the ancestors, that twining with the ancestors, and all of this being totally protected to see and to travel in those worlds. That's what this scene on the mesa, what I saw wanting to come through on your mesa is, that's you. That's you in that scene, and that with that protection of the stag and the wisdom of his many, many years in that massive rack on his head with the owl there. Oh my goodness, woman. It's just wisdom, royalty, deep ancestral connection through the spindle and the wool, and a deep ability to see beyond the veil, and to bring that back into form, into that grounded form through that oak tree and the roots of that oak tree. And her feet are on the roots, the woman, and on that boulder, the stone, right? Through the rock people and the groundedness. This was just a grounded vision, very grounded energy of this. Beautiful, honey. This is so beautiful. My goodness. So that's what the vision was that came through the journey, and there's more to be revealed about that piece of woven fabric that she's holding, or that's sitting next to her on the boulder. I was asking for more information about that, and it was like, more shall be revealed. So I thought, okay, I'll remain open to that. This was very beautiful, very sweet, very powerful journey, very powerful vision, and I'm really excited to bring this forward into your sacred drum for you. Now, me, Laurie, I'm totally open to everything that you're also seeing or getting, anything else that you see, or if there's something that doesn't feel right for you in that vision, you let me know that. But that's what came through. And girlfriend, that was really something. You're very powerful. You are a very powerful soul, very royal. I have no idea what that means to you, but honey, it's just like I just want to say, Your Majesty. Oh my goodness, you and your spirit guides. So anyway, I bless you, and great blessings through your hoop. The spirit being of your drum is very excited to come forward. It's a gentle being. There's a real gentleness here, and very much looking forward now to starting with the ink, and then at the next moon, the dark moon, we'll be birthing your drum. And in the meantime, I'll be sending you updates and photos, and as soon as I hear back from you on this video that this vision, you know, if you're in alignment with this vision, then I'll move forward on bringing that vision that I had onto paper and be sending you drafts of that, and, you know, see how that works for you. And then at the next moon, at the dark moon, we'll birth your drum, put the buffalo and create the mesa and bring the lacing to life, and then it'll rest for a few days, and then we'll be able to ink the mesa and bring it all to life. And I have some beautiful ideas for adornments that will go around the outside of the hoop, and I'll share that with you more as that comes to life, as that comes to fruition. And I'm really curious about that piece of weaving cloth, that was woven. Maybe you have insights into that, and maybe that'll come in another journey, or the birthing or the awakening ceremonies. So at the dark moon, we'll birth your drum, and then we'll do the inking, and then at the next full moon, 1 month from now, will be the awakening ceremony, and then it'll find its way to you. So more shall be revealed, and I am so very honored to have been chosen to bring this to life for you. And so thank you so much for giving me this honor. This is amazing work to do, and I bow to you, Your Majesty. Blessed full moon to you.